The front, it's kind of like, well, it's fallen into disrepair, whatever. But then suddenly, this next one is, it's a bit of a quicker house. It's a little bit of levity to it. Let me see. Let me check this really fast. This one is 225,000. And it is, Madison, Virginia. 2-bed, 1 bath. Igric, if I had to guess, that was probably like a placeholder or something. Because that was a really old listing entry, and they probably didn't have info, and they just plugged in something, maybe. I wouldn't I wouldn't take that as a gospel, so to speak. What's wrong with it? I don't know. I don't know, there's a fair amount of just open country here on this plot. Don't know what time of year this was, but some of these probably winter, judging by these trees, are closing in on it. Because I hardly see any leaves in the horizon. Just south of the Shenandoah. Ah, I gotcha. Thanks, Green Intern. Yeah. I don't remember there being anything too particular wrong with this house, but I do like some of the stuff in the pictures. It is a little bit of a rundown house, okay? I mentioned in the past that I don't want to... I feel that it's a little... There's no comedy, so to speak, in punching down at a house that's, you know, in disrepair, because that's, you know, that's somebody who's, you know, they could barely get the house, or maybe they couldn't afford it. But there's some charm to these pictures that just stuck out to me. There's the little things. The wagon wheel's one of them, but front yard, I mean, the front, it's kind of like, well, it's fallen into disrepair, whatever. But then suddenly, a goat appears. This is a house full of little guys. I spotted a few pictures where there's a little guy that's in the picture. I don't know how many of them have the goat, but there are several characters that appear here. So keep your eyes out, please. Please, take me with you. Please. Why are you in my house? This poor baby. Only single men have goats, sorry. Oh. I didn't see a doorknob. How's the goat operate? Well, let me see. How does the goat operate a doorknob, though? That's the question. I don't see any chewed up cans. Goats do eat cans, right? That's what cartoons always told me. Here's another little guy. This is a co-signer of the house, I imagine. But I'm also looking at the surroundings. Like I said, this is a house that's in disrepair, so I'm not trying to judge too much of it. You can notice that the floor down here is basically just, it's just, you know, just plywood practically, it looks like. It's probably not just plywood, but it's darn near. But like I said, there's no sense punching down in a house that's kind of falling apart. But yeah, you could see kind of the door frames and stuff. This was a house that was that's just subfloor. Yeah, this house this is built on the cheap. Like you can even see the you know, the what is it, the trim around the doors, things like that. But yeah, that was the cat in the other picture. Is this a cat? I don't know. This could be another cat. You are thinking cat? Okay. Okay. Now, I don't see a bonus cat in this picture. It could be a cat. Yeah, that cat's just chilling out. Taking it easy. Take pictures. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. But here we see the void is escorting us into the den over here. A lot of houses, you don't see another living soul, so the fact that I see animals just entranced me with this listing. The cat's for scale. It helps us keep things in perspective, especially with, you know, the potentiality of a fisheye lens. Oh, here's the void escaping. You don't want that sucker escaping off over here. Was that the only cat, though? Aww. Maybe we'll see him again. Hallway. I see darkness, but I don't see void cat in the hallway. Ominous bathroom. Yeah, it's not too bad. Disrepair, because like I said, you could see that this is just bare wood here. It needs to get resurfaced and things like that, yeah. But yeah, this is some side room here. Going to the kitchen. Dark Souls toilet, yeah. It's a modest kitchen. Okay. And sorry if it seems like I'm speeding through this. Part of that was just me wanting to see the animals. Well, honestly, there are a number of houses where they don't really clean up too well. This is, I mean, like I said, this is somebody in a house like this. They're just kind of like, whatever, come by it. I mean, for all we know, the owner could have passed away, and there's a relative taking care of it who's trying to get rid of the house, and, you know, maybe they don't really care about how it's presenting, you know what I mean? So that's something I kind of bear in mind with some of these houses. And plus, sometimes it's up to the realtor, and the realtor's like, you know, meh, whatever. Or the owner really, like you said, just doesn't care, and they take the pictures and they shove them in the realtor's hands, and they say, here you go, put it up on the internet. Yeah, that fan, I don't know if that's for cooling or if that's for actual water damage they're trying to dry up. I hope it's not the latter. That is subfloor. Ooh. Death flag. Yeah. I was thinking I had something like this when I had a brief amount of water damage, and I was like, there's probably some moisture problems here. All the carpet. You think that's what it is? That this wasn't just... Yeah, probably, I guess. Yeah, I mean, looking up... We never get a good look at the ceiling. It does look a little cheap, but we don't know if it's leaking or not. But... anyhow. Rip in peace, Jesus. Otherwise. Normal backyard. We've got a... just a... salted the earth around here, I guess. I don't know. It's much closer to an uppercase T shape, to be honest with you. But otherwise, it's just a little rundown. What you gonna do? And I guess, oh, that's a burn pile. That's definitely a burn pile right there. I've seen a few. Boy, hope they didn't burn any tires over there. Goodness. Oh yeah, that chair was super flat back there. A shot of the greenery in the distance. An above ground pool of that bald spot. Maybe. Maybe. I know what you're describing, yeah. Otherwise. Let's see. What do we know about this place? Being sold as is. Okay, so there's problems. Sold as is. The seller will not be making any repairs. Appointments must be set within the listing agent rules. Also, there's a cat in the house. We noticed. Gated entrance property, as there is a goat on the property. We noticed that as well. It is not in the HOA. Oh, man. Well, maybe that's why we could have the goat. Maybe HOAs don't like goats. Huh. Yeah, never. I like the implication that there's just a cat. It's not the owners. It's just showed up. No HOA, though. Hell yeah. Sold as is, no repairs. That is just... There's just... Everything we saw there, that house is probably scrap, to be honest with y'all. if there's not moisture damage that's run away by now, I'd be willing to eat my hat, you know. As folks are pointing out, the ripped up carpet is kind of, Let me see, do we have anything on the listing? No, nothing. It was listed $225, nothing else on record. Which, if this is, the cat is the seller? Well, we were thinking that maybe the goat was the seller. Do you think that the goat and the cat had a disagreement and the cat locked the goat out and now the cat's trying to sell it? Or maybe the cat's a squatter and the goat wants to sell it. Troublesome. Well, we can think about it and form our own stories in our own heads. Yeah, it may not pass inspection like you're thinking, Audrey. I mean, well, let me see. When was this built? Does this have anything about when it was built? Built 1940. Oof. If this is out in the sticks, I'm willing to bet that could probably very well have original electricity. You know, that good old aluminum cabling and electricity they still use. I don't know. Very, very suspicious. Good old knob and tube. Is that what they call it these days? Well, it's pretty expensive for a knob and tube. Anyway.